Good morning, everybody. The book is The Bad Food Bible, and as you get ready for the holidays or finish up the holidays, you might want to take a look at this book. It's not exactly permission to eat bad food, but basically, Dr. Carroll, it says, don't go nuts about this.
Correct.
All right?
Absolutely.
All right. Would you like to see what's in my shopping bag?
Can't wait.
Okay. I went shopping this morning, and okay, this is a little disgusting throwing it on the table. Meat.
Oh, but see,
Meat.
this is good. Honestly, I didn't even know what was coming out here, but no, this is fine. Yeah. So look.
You enjoy a steak once in a while.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So meat is another one that's gotten a bad rap, where there are studies where people will try to prove that if you eat meat, you're more likely to die earlier or get higher diseases of cardiovascular disease or even higher rates of cancer. Mm-hmm. This is the thing. Certainly in huge amounts, because a lot of those studies are looking at people who eat extra servings with an S a day.
Right.
There might be some risk, but even then it's questionable. A lot of it is still observational, that when they do the randomized controlled trials, they can't really show the danger. But even if you accept some of the observational data, almost all the bad stuff is with processed red meat, which means things like bacon or prosciutto or not steak. Steak is not processed. This is not. So even if you accept that, they'll say it's an 18% increased relative risk. But of course, that's the relative risk. That's always how they scare you. If I today committed to eating an extra 3 pieces of bacon every day for the rest of my life, I might raise my lifetime risk of colon cancer by 1/2 of 1%.
Okay, and that's such a hard thing to extrapolate what that means.
I'm not going to eat that much bacon, and it's 1/2 of 1%.
So tell me saturated versus unsaturated. Do we care about that?
Well, these days, to be honest with you, with unsaturated fat, they've taken almost all of the concern away at all. In other words, it's like unsaturated fat is not nearly as much of a concern it used to be. Still, there's some people that will argue that saturated fat is a cause of high cholesterol and heart disease, but even there, the evidence isn't as strong as people think. So in moderation, if you're being careful, if you're getting it in the occasional steak, it's probably not going to be that much of a big deal. Now, of course, all bets are off and things change if you are at very, very high risk or if you have the problems. But for most people out there, it's not nearly the concern that everybody makes it out to be.
Okay, so just overall, I know this is a big question, but if you look at cultures, and this is what they've done, that are non-meat people, generally speaking, or vegetarians, what's the research show?
So it's hard to do because, of course, cultures are defined not just by what they eat, but also by different genetics, also by different other activities. People could smoke differently, they could drink differently, they could exercise differently. And so when they do the studies where they say all other things being equal, let's give people meat or not give them meat, it's not nearly the difference that people think it is. There's so much else embedded in culture.
And just the whole idea of all other things being equal is almost an impossible thing to do from a research standpoint.
I promise you that even people who eschew meat entirely still get cancer. They still die.
I love eschew when it comes to meat, because everybody should eschew their meat very carefully.
And exactly, they still get disease. No one lives forever.
Here's my lunch. I'm not going to be. I'm not
cook the steak
and I've got
first.
more to come.
Good.
In the next segment with Dr. Aaron Carroll. Stay with us.